Hey fellow farmers, this is Bunto, and today I'm going to be showing you how I rune my monsters during free rune removal day. This is not necessarily the definitive way of doing it, but this is the way that I do it, and so far it's been working out for me. You may agree or may not agree, but again, this is just how I do it. Okay, so let's start. As you can see at the bottom there, I listed off 1, 2, 3, 4 B10 team, Arena Guild War, Raid, and Nat 5s. Okay, so this is how my thinking is. Well, really, like what do you want to achieve during free rune removal day, right? Like, what do you want to do? Obviously, you want to make your monsters stronger, and why do you want to make your monsters stronger? All right, so that's why I put that B10 team. Or it should be teams, but whatever, B10 teams as number 1. And the reason being is, you need to farm runes. I mean, you can't make your monsters stronger if you don't have runes, right? Like every time it's our free rune removal day, you want to make your Theomar stronger, or your new Nat 5 that you just got stronger, but you don't have the runes for it because you weren't freaking farming. Like, I see this happen all the time. Like a lot of people, all they want to do is concentrate on arena or summoning, and they get lucky and get Nat 5s, but they don't have the runes for it. So that's why it's very, very important that you rune your monsters for B10. Like, you make a really good team, even if you can, even though you have a team that can do it with 100% success rate. Always try to push yourself. Like, every time free rune removal comes around, always try to push yourself to go a little bit faster. Like, when I first started, as anybody, when you first started your Giants B10 team, you were passing it half the time, and it was probably taking you like 6-7 minutes, right? And then you finally got it down to 100% success rate, or 90 something, and it's like 5 minutes, right? And then just every time when the free rune removal comes around, just make it faster. And that's what I did. Now my team is like a minute, because it's really important to have fast teams. The faster you can farm, the more monsters you have, like the less time you're spending on farming, right? So let's say your team takes 5 minutes to farm. To do 100 runs, that's 500 minutes, versus if it takes 1 minute, it's only 100 minutes. So it's a big difference there. And over a long period of time, I've been playing this since it launched, almost over a long period of time, it adds up to a lot of hours. So that's why you should prioritize your B10 teams first. Okay, so with that being said, like, are you doing Giants? Normally Giants, you don't have to worry about too much. As you progress through the game, you just naturally have monsters that you can just throw in, like, that does AoE damage. You can just throw in, and they'll do they'll clear it relatively fast. Like, I had my Giants team was like I wasn't even thinking about it, but my Giants team was like around 3 minutes, and then I decided to stick in some of my AoE damage dealers, like Lagmaron or Akalamamir, and it brought it down to like 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So Giants, you don't have to worry too much about, but Dragons is where you have to really like Giants. You can't YOLO, mostly because the dragon has immunity. So you have to really like plan how your team works then. So it's really important to the turn order and everything like that. Okay, so yeah, so rune your guys correctly, and just test it out, because that's the best day to test it out. If you think you're a little too slow, make your monster a little faster. If you think it's not doing enough damage, make them do more damage. Just switch the runes around until it works. That's what the day is for, testing out your teams. All right, anyway, so so after the B10 teams, I think what you really want to work on is arena and guild war, and everybody wants to work on this, right? Obviously, you should prioritize your B10 teams first, because if you don't have the runes, your arena guild war will not be that good. Right? You see how it works now. Like, your B10 team gives you runes for your arena. It gives you runes for everything else, actually. All right. So yeah. So for the arena, just work on pretty much what teams you think is going to help you out. Like in Guild War, right? You're gonna need a speed team. You're gonna need a sustain team. If you haven't already, build a copper, build a bulldozer, and hopefully you farm a Messity when it came out on the HOH, because that was Come To Us's gift to the free to play players. I'm also a free to play. I spend zero money on this game for as long as I've been playing it. So it's a really, really good team. Okay, so you'll notice with free to play players, they have very few good monsters, and those monsters are really, really well ruined. And that's what I have pretty much, because I don't spend any money on this game, so I can't farm as much as those people because I don't have the crystals like they do. And also at the same time, I don't summon as much as they do to have a chance of getting more nat 5s. Like, I don't have too many nat 5s, but the ones that I do have are really well ruined. You'll see that a lot, and you'll see some players that spend a lot of money, but they don't have enough runes to go around for all their nat 5s. Right? So yeah, of course, Guild War is really important because and Arena is because you want the points. You want to upgrade your towers, because your glory towers will just make your guys attack a lot stronger. And also same thing with the Guild War towers. That only applies in Guild War, right? But you get a lot of free stuff from Guild Wars and Arena. So you're gonna want to farm those points up if you can. So I believe that's the next step where you want to concentrate on. And then of course too, there is your raid team. Now you don't really need raid too much, because raid just came out recently, and I was doing just fine without it, but it did really help boost up what I already had. All right, so again, don't work on your raid team if you don't really have runes, right? Work on your again, first work on your giants, dragons, necros team first, because you need the runes to raid and then put grinds on them, because you don't want to put grinds on shitty runes, right? So again, it all goes back down to making your B10 teams. Okay, and then just try to make a really solid raid team. There's a lot of guides out there for all different levels. Pretty much like if you can do B10 for all three of the dungeons, you should be able to at least do R3, like at least do R3. R4 and R5 requires a little bit more knowledge of putting your monsters together. Even if you have the rune for it, raids is actually there's a lot of thinking, and then there's a lot of requirements of the stats that you need to meet that you may not know, right? So that's why you're failing. But if that's the case, rune your monsters for a raid. But if you don't know how to do it, there's plenty of guides out there. You can go on Reddit. There's a lot of guides on YouTube. Like I have a guide too for R5. I have one for R3, but that's just like strictly beginner's guide. Literally like using monsters that you probably already have as a beginner. And R5 is like it's for more of it's a really in-depth, it's like half an hour video. If you want to watch it, go ahead and watch it. But if you can't even do R4 yet, actually, it's still worth watching because of the stats that the requirements that I put up. It makes it a very, very stable team. Okay, but anyways, that's my next target after the Guild War Arena team. I would go for a raid team, and then of course, lastly, your nat 5s. Just because, like if you pulled a Nat 5s are going to be your strongest monsters, of course, right? So you're gonna want to make them strong. Like don't make the mistake of like giving them all of your best runes right in the beginning. Maybe they have no use for you. Make sure they have use for you. Okay, again, it goes back to the B10 team. Okay, if your nat 5 is not useful in any of those dungeons, maybe you shouldn't be giving them the best runes as of yet. I mean, if they don't, if they do help you there though, by all means go ahead, right? Some nat 5s are good everywhere. You can use them in like B10 team, more than one B10 team, arena, guild war, but some monsters are only good for guild wars, or only good for the B10 team. For example, who's good, what's a good monster to use? Like Torque. Torque is actually very good only in the B10 team. I actually use him in all three of the dungeons, Giants, Dragon, and Necro. Not so much in Giants, just because I have replacements for him. But for but for like Dragons, I don't have Teor or anything like that. So he's actually really double Teor is actually really good there. Okay, and same thing with Necro, just because of the double team attack. You just get so much turns and so much hits in. It's really nice. But anyways, yeah. So like constant, like they're nat 2s, right? But they help so much. So like I give them pretty decent runes. They're not my best runes, but they are decent runes. so yeah. So the nat 5s would be the last guys. Okay. So yeah. Again. So first, always go for the B10 team, because you need the runes. All right. So now I'm going to go into specific monsters that you're probably going to have. So I'm going to go with the one that everyone has or wants to have. All right. So Theomars, right? Like really, what do you want to use him for? Like usually most people, what they would want is to build him so that he can one-shot people, right? So you're gonna want to build him with a lot of damage. But also at the same time, you want to keep it so he has enough speed so that he doesn't get overlapped by the monsters and just die off so quickly because he doesn't get a turn, right? So how I built him is he's on speed, crit damage, and attack. For as long as I've been playing Summoners War, I've never got a 6-star attack violent rune. Like I never seen it. Even a flat, like not a flat, but like a gray rune with like no substats. I never ever seen it. So yeah, so that's how I built him. I would want revenge on him, but I don't have the runes in these slots that would help get the stats that I want. Okay, so like it's really what you guys want to do, right? So Theomars, of course, you want him to one-shot somebody, but again, at the same time, you need him to be quick enough, right? So yeah, there's lots of ways of building him. You can have him like on crit rate, at least 61, and if you use him as speed leader, not speed leader, if you use him as the leader, his leader skill will with his elemental passive will give him 100% chance crit rate if he only has like 61. I think it's 61, right? Yeah, it should be 61. Yeah, but if not, if you want to use like a speed lead or something else, make him have 35, and he'll be able to crit all the time. Okay, and then next monster would probably be Vert. A lot of you probably thinking, oh, how should I build Vert for my Dragons team? Right, so it really depends on what team you have. Like if you have a really strong nuking team, then by all means build him attack. But if your team isn't too like nuke heavy, like you can't do that much damage, then you're definitely gonna wanna build him a little bit more tanky. So how I built him here, so these are his stats. He's very squishy. He's only like 14k. 14k HP, 2000 attack, defense is like 600 something, speed 196, crit rate is almost 100%, 99 now 100%, and his crit damage is 117. Now you might be thinking he doesn't have that much, he doesn't have that much HP. That is true, but with these stats and the team that I run him in, he actually works in B10. DB10, Giants, B10, Giants. Did I say Giants? I meant Dragons B10, HOH B3, full auto, no problem, and also in TOA as well. It just depends on the team that you run him with, because some people, want to build him with like 20k HP or, go more for attack, right? And if your team isn't that nuke heavy, then build him tanky and speedy. But if your team can nuke, totally build him attack. But again, you have to make sure that he is fast because you need him to be fast. Okay, so yeah, these are his runes. He is on Rage Revenge. I don't know if a lot of people build him like this, but I do, just so that he can kill the crystals in one shot. Like, he does a lot of damage. On his skill 2, he does something like 20k damage, and on his skill 1, he does like 14k. Of course, with the buff in armor brick. Okay, so yeah, so these are his runes here. Okay, they're decent runes. I mean, they're not the greatest, but they're okay. Yeah. Okay, let's see. And what else? Okay, well, I don't really have that monster, but I do have a monster that's like that. So if you have like a beast monk or something, well, I do have a beast monk, but Chandra is a little different compared to Ritesh and Kumar. So if you have a Ritesh and Kumar, you're gonna want to build Rakan similar not Rakan. You're gonna want to build those monsters similar to how my Rakan is built. Of course, you're gonna want more speed, of course. So you're gonna want as much HP as you can get. Attack doesn't matter because their skills scale off of HP. Okay, so again, I'm talking about Ritesh and Kumars, or any HP monster that deals damage based off of their HP. All right. So yeah, you're gonna want to build them as much HP as you can. Attack doesn't really matter, again, because it scales off of their HP. Defense, if you can get it, great. And of course, you need speed, at least 150 speed, I think. 160 would be a lot better, but 150 would be a lot better because, again, you don't want to go be too slow and get overlapped. Okay, and of course, you want as much crit rate as you can get. Obviously, 100% is the best, but if not, at least 85, and if not 85, at least 70. Okay, and then of course, the crit damage. You need more crit damage because you need the crit rate to be able to do the damage, and crit damage just does more damage. Okay, so yeah, how you want to build damage scaling monsters is HP, crit damage, and of course HP. And usually for like beast monks and stuff, you want to put nemesis on them. My Rakan is on broken set because I don't really use them. Like, I don't really use them at all, and I'm actually thinking of giving some of his runes over to some of my Torques, just because like he has pretty decent crit rate, and these guys aren't that great. So I'm gonna switch it over. So mainly what I want to do here is, like, for this free rune removal, what I want to do is, of course, work on my B10 team. My arena team is okay, so I'm not really too worried about that right now. Might tweak one or two of my guys, but nothing too crazy. And Guild Wars, yeah, I'm okay there too. Raids, I'm also okay there too. So pretty much all I'm working on this this free rune removal day is my B10 teams. Like, I just want to make all of them faster. So far, my Giants team, I can break under 1 minute. Not consistently, but I did break under 1 minute before. So I'm working on to make it consistently break 1 minute. So I think I'm gonna level up my Lushan. I only have one, and the reason why I haven't gotten around leveling them up yet is because I've been waiting for a second one so I can build a double Lushan team. But I don't I'm not getting him, so I'm just gonna build him, and hopefully with the Lushan in my team I can make it consistently under 1 minute. Okay, and for my Dragons team, I'm getting around 1:20 to a minute 10 to 1:30 or 1:40, depending on how RNG goes, which really sucks, I think. So yeah, I don't have a Tayor or anything. Like, if I had a Tayor, for sure, it's so easy to get under 1 minute if you have a Tayor in your monster box. Like, he does so much damage and he's so great. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have him. So my Dragons team pretty much consists of Vert, Double Torque, and Galleon +1. Maybe I'll have a Hua, maybe I'll have my Spectra, or maybe Lisa, depending on how I feel. So yeah, so I'm probably, I don't know, I'm gonna try to make some team that will work, and hopefully I can break under 1 minute. uh so yeah, so I know some of you guys are really waiting for my speed, my dragon speed team. I really do want to show it, but I just want to break under 1 minute first before I show you guys. Okay, so hopefully that will be tomorrow, hopefully. Okay. Yeah, so like other than that, and also my Necros team too. Is my Necros team is the slowest team. It ranges from 2 minutes to 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and that is just too long. Yeah, my torques definitely help, but it's my Panda. I do use Panda there, and he doesn't do too much damage. As you can see here, he's really garbage. His crit rate's only 57, which is really bad. So yeah, I need to work on that. But yeah, I'm after watching this, I hope you guys got like a gist of like how to go about like prioritizing which monsters to rune. Don't make the mistake of like trying to just make your nuker stronger. All right, because if your nuker is not usable in like your B10 team or TOA or whatever, like chances are you don't really want to build him. Oh, and again, I didn't mention the reason why I didn't have TOA in there is because usually, naturally, you'll just progress through your B10 team and arena, and your TOA, like especially TOA normal. Like if you just do the natural progression, you'll actually hit TOA 100 and you can clear it relatively no problem. Like if you can do Giants B10 in like 3 minutes or less, or even like 3 minutes and 30 seconds, you probably have the runes and the monsters to do TOA 100. Like it's that simple. So you don't really have to worry or build a team for TOA. Well, the only monster that I would really suggest you building is Beretta. Beretta is awesome. He gets even better in TOA hard. All right. But yeah, definitely. So yeah, you don't really have to worry about TOA too much, aside from building yourself a Beretta and the monsters that you have naturally from making your B10 team will eventually take you to 100 and clear it. Okay. Yeah, so I guess that's it for the video, unless there's other monsters that I should cover. I'm not too sure what I should cover, so maybe you guys can let me know. I do plan on doing like if you've seen my channel and you see my other videos, I do cover I do spotlights for Nat 5s, and so far, if you notice, I've only done spotlights for Nat 5s that I have, and reason being is because I had a lot of time with them, I used them, so I know how they work and stuff like that. So yeah, I think the only monsters that I haven't done yet so far are my Rakan and my Chandra. So I guess I'll do those first. I'll do those two guys first, and then I'll start to progress and do the Nat 4s, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you out there that wants to know how to build a Hua or a Chloe or Vert properly. So yeah, maybe I'll do those guys too later on. Okay, but yeah, that's it for the video. Again, hope you guys got a better understanding of what to do tomorrow, or if you're in the Asia server and you're watching this, it already passed, or today, Okay, so yeah, again, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, let me know how I'm doing, watch my other videos, and until next time, happy farming.